Welcome to Keeping It Not Tied podcast. This is episode number 24. I am Lamont.
And I'm Shay.
Hey Shay, how's it going?
Good, Pooh. How are you doing?
Good. Doing something different today.
Yes.
We're doing the IG live question and answers.
Yeah.
So what we're doing here is we just shooting our regular podcast, but we normally have our logo up here, but we have it to the IG page so we can see who's joining. If you have any questions, we see a few people done came in already. If you have any questions, just shoot them up here in the IG, and we're gonna see it. We're gonna read it out, and we're gonna discuss it. So, it's gonna take time. More people gonna join, but I figured we should go ahead and start off with the podcast and see whatever happens. This is something new, so we hope everybody can hear us fine. If you can't hear us, let us know. Send us a thumb down or say you can't hear us. But
can't hear us.
Hopefully you can hear us fine. No Teddy Riley issues or whatnot. But how was your week, baby? You had a good week this week?
I did. I'm trying to, I always have to think about I did, but I'm going to have an even better week upcoming because I'm on vacation. Just took some time off, so that's always good.
Yeah, that's always a blessing.
Yeah, so I'm good.
Awesome. We got a thumbs up, so that means our sound is fine.
Our sound is okay. Awesome sauce.
So I think
how
today
was
was a pretty good week. Yeah, I won't complain. I mean, my aunt did pass away.
Yes, so we had a death in the family.
Thank you for everybody who sent me messages and commented, and I got phone calls, text messages. So I appreciate everybody who reached out. They actually laid her to rest today.
Yes.
So she's off in heaven now. But I appreciate all the support and everybody, all the kind words and everything. That just lets you know how precious life is, and you never know when somebody's going to be taken away from you. At the end of the day, she was still young. She was probably in her 60s. She was young. She was vibrant. She had a whole lot of life.
Personality, yes,
full of life. A lot of life that we thought she would live, but she had kidney disease, and her kidneys. She done had a kidney transplant one time, and after a certain while, that kidney will stop functioning, and so she was basically living with one kidney, and then that one kidney it started to go bad as well. So her life was cut short, but she definitely lived a good life here on Earth. So
yes,
she will be missed.
Most definitely.
So Miss Look Better Naked, I see her in the comment section, gave us a thumbs up on the sound. That's our homegirl. That's Shamika. I actually seen her earlier today. We took the boys to workouts.
Okay, yeah, the football workouts. Yes.
And she said she was gonna be here, so she is here. She said she was gonna have some questions too. So whenever you want to go ahead and throw a question at us, just let us know. You know what I mean? But baby, did you have anything in particular for today that you wanted to talk about?
I wasn't really prepared because we just decided yesterday we were going to do this. So I really didn't have much prepared. But I know that you have a bunch of stuff prepared, right? You got some stuff prepared, baby?
Well, always will have something, of course. But we were talking this week. And I think we had a conversation. I can't even remember exactly what it was about. I do remember what it was about, but
what was it about?
I'm not going to say exactly what it was about, but I'm always thinking for questions and stuff for the podcast, but it just made me think about, talking about like your friends, your friends that you hang around. But have you ever had like a friend that you felt like you would be uncomfortable leaving them with me? Have you ever had a friend like, no, I can't leave that friend around my man?
Yes.
You have? And why did you feel that way?
I guess some people, you just don't...
This is your friend now.
I wouldn't call them my friend. I will call them like an associate. Now, if you're my friend, I will feel comfortable enough with leaving them around you. But it's people that I know or like I have.
That's different, though.
It's different. But a friend, if I consider you a friend...
We're not talking about associates, Sarah.
We're talking about friends.
We're talking about friends. There's always associates that that might try.
Yeah, I trust my friends. My friends I trust my friends. Some of my family I don't trust. I wouldn't trust you around some of my family. Okay. But I wouldn't trust, have some family members that are a little trifling. But as far as friends...
Members, plural?
Yeah.
More than one?
I got some trifling family members, so I wouldn't trust you around them by your lonesome. But like my friends, yeah, I trust you, my friends.
Okay. Because I was thinking about that too, and I know, like, it makes you think deeply. Like, dang, would I ever have a friend that I wouldn't trust
around your wife?
Around my wife?
Do you have any like that?
Like,
I'm trying to think.
It's almost like somebody gotta show you that they're untrustworthy, almost for you to believe they're untrustworthy. So I've never been in a scenario where I thought that would happen. But at the same time, it's all about you have to trust your partner at the same time.
Right.
So I know, say for instance, if even one of my homeboys tried something, I know you wouldn't go down for it. So I wouldn't even be worried about it. But at the same time,
why would they even try? You know what I'm saying? Like
would they be risky enough to even try and do that? I don't know, because I know one thing that it was like a mind opener for me back in the day. Like one of my homeboys, right? I would trust him around you, no big deal, no nothing. But then my homeboy, he had told me that he had sex with his brother's ex-girlfriend, and he was like boasting about it. He was like, yo, this was a big deal. Like, he was in love with her. She was in love with him.
And he bragging about that?
He was bragging like...
That ain't it.
So that kind of just like, dang.
What happened?
If...
I don't know if
it's just the screen time,
okay,
but it's still going.
It's still going, okay.
So it's like, dang, if my homeboy would sleep with his own brother's ex-girlfriend, I'm pretty sure he would...
do it with just anybody. That is crazy.
That's super crazy.
And then why would she even do that? Like, and the girl, like, girl,
we were saying that
what
she
you
was
talking about?
She was loose. It was just a wild night.
She loose.
She was loose. I can't say the exact story because I don't want to put it out there, but it was just a situation where it was like a whole bunch of people around, and it ended up kind of going down like that.
Dang, homie.
Yeah. So that's it's a kind of a tricky situation, like being around, like your girl being around your friends. But I don't think I necessarily would have an issue with, my friends and the people that I hang around with, but I don't think there would be no big issue. All right, so we got a couple of other people.
Hey, everybody.
That's joined the chat. And so we just going
Everybody have
along
any questions?
with our regular scheduled program, but we want y'all to send us
any
questions.
Comments?
If y'all want to comment on this topic, right now we're talking about, like...
Do you trust your significant other? Well, you trust your friend. We got to word that right.
Yeah, well, you trust your friends being around your significant other.
Yeah, you got to word that right.
Right. Or do you trust your significant other around your friends at the same time?
That's it.
It's a touchy situation.
It's a trust thing out here.
And so we were saying in the very beginning, if you guys have any comments, y'all can just shoot them on Instagram. We looking at it right here. So if you have any comments or whatever, questions, just send them to us, and then we'll respond to it. But yeah. So nothing else on that topic.
I want to ask people, how do they feel about this? Is so random, about leftovers.
What do you mean leftovers?
Like, like food, like leftover food. Because we have this discussion all the time.
Leftover food?
Like food. Like, I wonder how people feel about leftovers. Because we had this conversation with like other couples. Like, how long will you eat like leftovers for? Like, you meal prep, but then like actual like leftover food after the second day you done, but you can eat it for like a week.
See,
this is like totally off the subject, but I just wanted to see what people would think about leftovers.
Shout out to my man Gerald. I just saw Black Golfer. I didn't know who Black Golfer was, but now I recognize the face. That's Gerald. What up, G? What up, G Money?
Hey, Gerald.
Like, who's Black Golfer?
Yes.
But me growing up, Linda Faye, someone could be in there for a whole week, and Linda like, it's good, it's good. She will always say, it's good, go ahead, it's good.
And you eat
so my mentality has almost been like, oh, I'll eat it until I get tired of it, basically.
Yeah, that's me. I get tired fast.
Yeah, you get tired fast. You don't even want to eat it a day
I'll
later.
eat it like the next day, and I may eat some portion depending on what it is the following day. But after that, I don't want any more. Like, I'm done.
You get 1 day, 2 day max, and you done.
I'm all the way done. I don't want it. But that was just random.
That was super random.
Yeah, I just thought about it. I was like, I wonder what everybody think about leftovers.
You said leftovers. I thought you were talking about like
leftover folk, like
folks. dealing with somebody
else
seconds that you know.
I think we talked about that before though.
We talked about if
Like,
somebody passed away.
Yeah.
And would you deal with like it was your spouse's sibling, like a brother or? I think we kind of ventured off and started talking about friends, something like that. We talked about.
I thought we had discussed that before. What other topic you got, baby? It's weird because I'm looking like at the screen. Oh, he said he could do leftovers one day after.
Come on, G. I know you can do more than one day.
Nah, that's good. Look, see,
I know you can do more than one day.
The whole week. Then you got baby. I threw the Chinese food out. He was like, "What the Chinese food?" I was like, "I threw that away."
Yeah, because we just had the Chinese food on. We got it on Friday. You threw it out Sunday. I was going to eat it Monday for lunch.
It wasn't no good, especially Chinese food. That got to be thrown in a garbage can.
Oh my goodness.
What do you think with being married? What is one of the number one things like in marriage as far as like? I'm gonna make sure I say the right question. What have you learned? Like, what is like the number one thing you say? You know what, marriage has taught me this. What is the number one thing that marriage has taught you?
Number one thing that marriage has taught me. I don't know if it's anything that has taught me in general that I didn't already know, just kind of based upon the relationship that we have. And I just learned that, well, it's two kind of things that I learned. I think I learned number one that I have to step back, and I always have to consider the feelings of my partner. I think a lot of times you have to. I don't know. I think I've always said this. Like, we both grew up as only children in our house, and I think that gave us a certain level of independence where we maybe didn't have to compromise. Like, I know, like, some people, they got multiple kids, so it's like, okay, instead of getting 2 or 3 toys, you can only get one. Your brother, your sister, they gonna get one, or it's like it's less of that. So you kind of grow up with, you never had to like negotiate or share your toys or whatever. So you just grow up with a certain level of independence. And I just realized in marriage you do have to consider your spouse just as much as you consider yourself.
Yeah.
And I also learned that it's more like the communication, which is a big thing. Especially just women in general. I think as men, we always try to. I think sometimes we can. I'm not gonna talk about all men. I guess I'll talk about myself. I think we focus so much on, or I focus so much on being like a provider, making sure that we have everything we need: clothes, food, whatever, the home, whatever the vehicles. I make sure that we have all those things, and the extras, even also things, our wants at the same time. But doing that, you can neglect the emotional side. You can neglect that communication because you feel like, dang, I done all this.
You're so focused on the other stuff.
You're so focused on the other stuff, which is a lot, and you'll kind of neglect that other stuff, which is very essential to women. And as men, again, we just neglect it sometimes because our focus is somewhere else. God didn't make us to be emotional creatures. Yeah. God didn't make us nurturers. Like, that's why women, the kids come from you, and you automatically are nurturing as soon as that baby come out. As men, we don't have that. So I guess that's kind of what I learned. And sometimes it goes in one ear and out the other, but the hard part is you gotta bring yourself back. It's almost like you gotta have a constant reminder of it, because with anything in life, you'll kind of forget, but you got to kind of reset to make sure that you always come back to it.
That's good.
Well, so what have you learned? Have you learned anything?
I ain't learned nothing. Okay.
I can tell. I can tell.
I was still the same, but I learned one of the Ebony, hey Ebony, she listens a lot to our podcast, so thank you for the support.
Ebony said her husband won't eat leftovers if they've been frozen.
But when we're talking about this right here about what marriage has taught us, she said grace, which is good. You know, like you have. I think so too. I think that's really good. That's really good. Because I think I said it to you like one time, like, you know, we had gotten an argument one time. I was like, I said, you have to show me more grace. You remember that? It was like, we got in this heated argument. But I was like, you have to show me grace.
I don't think you used the word grace.
Yes, I did. I'm about to cuss before that, but I said grace.
You may have said it. I feel like in the argument before, you said that I need to have patience. I didn't say patience, but I don't have patience with you. Mm-hmm. But you don't have patience. You got your patience be kind of My patience is very thin. Short. Yeah, I don't understand. So you got the kids. The kids taught me patience. I didn't have much patience, too. But you patience be trash, real trash. But I think more so with me, it's like it's a lot of compromise too, as far as just the communication part, but like also learning to compromise, like, and then somebody else has an opinion too. So like, your opinion isn't the only opinion that matters. So you also have to take in consideration of what your significant other is telling you, you know, and it's a compromise for me. So that's one of the biggest things that I have learned as far as that, because growing up being the only child, you don't have to adapt to other, you know what I'm saying? Like it's you, like you don't have to, I want to say give in, but you really don't have to. So it has taught me a lot of compromise. So do you feel like you've had issues with compromising with me? Is it a hard task to compromise with me? Do you feel like?
I think over the years we got a lot better. Just off of, you know, like decisions, you kind of, you know, learn people in their way of, you know, the way they do things. So yeah, I have.
Okay. I'm not saying
I'm sure
that
you have.
I'm not saying that you haven't.
Excuse me. I have. You have.
Okay.
How many minutes we in this thing for? Oh, a couple of minutes.
18 so far.
18.
So I guess another question. I always kind of pull off of our conversations that we had, and I know I brought it up. It might have been a few weeks ago, randomly, but we didn't really talk about it in detail. But we were talking about songs. And I said, like, what songs, like, back in the day, like, made you think of me?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And I was like, I said,
we be having some random stuff. We just be so random.
Just be talking.
Like we legit be so like ridiculous sometimes.
But I told Shay back in the day.
My Lord.
Every time I heard Fantasia, it made me think of
what song from Fantasia, babe?
If you don't want me, then don't talk to me. Go ahead and free yourself.
Terrible.
Cause she would break up with me. We break up. And then she be back hitting my line. I'm like, why is she calling me? She don't want to be with me. And that song from Fantasia come on.
That is so funny.
Yeah, but
that is so funny.
If you don't want me, then don't talk to me.
And that always make you think of me.
Yep. Even if I heard it today, I probably heard that song like 3 years ago. One time I thought about you when it came on.
You know what song made me think of you? Lord have mercy.
You gonna say something old like Donnell Jones?
Donnell Jones, where I want to be, because that was our song in high school.
That was Donnell Jones and Carl Thomas.
What Carl Thomas song?
Was it the Emotional? Because they came out around the same time.
What?
Was it Emotional or Summer Rain? If you look back when those songs came out, they both came out around the same. I think I used to always talk to you about it because I like Carl Thomas. But go ahead.
Oh, I will always say, Donnell Jones, where I want to be. And what's that song? I can't think of the it was so funny. I heard it the other day on the radio. I know the guy. His name was like Jimmy Cozier.
Jimmy Cozier.
What was that song?
Because he had like one song.
God,
he had another song after that one. But
that song was it though. And I think about you because we used to love that song.
Because I used to like it.
I liked it too, but you loved it. What was that song?
I can't remember. I have to Google it. Look it up on YouTube.
What is it? Hold on. I'm trying to think.
Somebody let us know.
I love
what
her.
Is that?
Sometimes I love her not. I ain't letting her go.
She's
all I got.
That Jimmy Cozy.
Which, and even what's it? Fuss a lot or something. He say.
I can't remember the words.
I ain't letting her go. She's all I got.
Was he from Toronto? He from Canada somewhere.
I don't know.
I'm mistaken. Yeah, that Cozy game.
That was your jam. But I think about you.
Even Neo.
What Neo?
So sick of love song. I think it's all the bad songs made me think of you back then. I'm so sick of love songs.
Ain't no in love songs. It's like the breakup song.
You sitting in your bed crying like lost my girl. So sick of love songs.
Why you?
So
I need a good song.
I said
that ain't no good. I need like a love song.
Music Soul Child, Love.
The whole album, the whole first album was our thing. Music Soul Child. I put him on Music Soul Child too.
You gotta stop telling that lie. You forever tell that lie.
That's the truth. I put you on Music Soul Child, and now he's one of your favorites. Yes, I did.
How did you put me on Music Soul Child?
Because I put you onto the album.
I asked for the album.
No, you didn't. I told you about the album. I was like, hey, you need to listen to this.
You're a liar, Sha.
I'm not. Music Soul Child. Where'd you get the album from? When did you first hear about Music Soul Child?
Shay's memory is like so.
When did you hear about Music Soul Child?
Her memory is like so warped. Like
my memory.
She doesn't get all of the facts at all. She remembers what she wants to remember.
Your memory.
The situation was we both liked Music Soul Child. He had his first song that he came out with. What was the song he came out his first one? And Lil Duval was singing it on BET Comic View. What was the song? Yeah. That song, whatever. That was the very first song. We both like him. I think I was at your house, whatever. Might have been in your room. And you had the CD. I'm like, oh shoot, you got Music Soul Child. Let me get this album. And you was like, no, I'm not giving you that. I said, come on, I'm gonna give it back to you. Let me get the album. And then you finally end up letting me get it. But that's not putting me on because I already liked him. And you didn't even want to give me the album at the same time. So you weren't even trying to let me get on to him, period. But that's not putting somebody on when somebody is already interested. Putting on is somebody that you don't even have interest in whatsoever. An example of putting on, I always think about my homie C Staff. Back in the day when T.I. came out, T.I. had his first album, I'm Serious. T.I. had one song. He had that song with Beanie Man. I don't know what the song was, but that song with Benny Man. I'm like, what? And he
to get shot anywhere. Yeah.
And he went the same day the album came out. He went and bought that CD, and we were riding around in the car, and he was like, yo, you need to have this. I'm like, what? I'm like, I don't want this. What? That boy with Benny Man, I don't want this. He was like, nah, he's snapping. You need this.
Your stories.
And he gave me this. That's putting on because I wasn't even interested at all in that music.
So because you like Music Soul Child.
Yeah, you can't put me on something I already like. That doesn't make sense.
But if I give you the album,
that's not.
But you can listen to it. But you didn't go buy the album yourself. You didn't like, oh, this song is I'm about to go get this album.
That's because my mama didn't let me buy secular music.
It was not. Lamont, go to your next topic.
How about you come up with a topic?
I already did. Go ahead to the next topic.
I'm about to end this quick, guys.
Go to the next one. What topic you got?
I'm gonna stop doing the podcast.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I am.
No, you're not. You love doing it.
So, so one other question I had was about sex. Bring back up our sex conversation. Have you ever faked an orgasm with me?
Ever faked one?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't say I faked. No.
You put on some extra moans?
I put on some extra oomph to it, but I never fake.
Why would you put on extra moans?
I think sometimes you get in the moment, but I ain't never like fake like a whole orgasm. No. And you can tell. You be knowing. You know my body pretty well.
I know it when it clench up. That vice grip.
So you know my body well. But I never like fake the orgasm.
Okay. So what percentage of time do you say you orgasm during sex?
Percent? I know, that's a good question.
10%? 50%?
More than that.
80?
I say about good God. I say about 80%, 70-80% of the time. Cause most of the time it's like we be real quick because of we trying to get in real fast.
It's good that you can get one quick.
Yes, get one in there real fast.
Yeah.
Have you ever faked one? I don't think you.
I don't need to fake it orgasm. I'm trying my best to stop it. I'm faking. I ain't fake it.
You be telling me to stop.
Right.
Like, stop. Dang.
Right.
Some more time in here.
Mm-hmm. Does anybody have tips for good sex? Tips to prolong the sex? See, because what I do is I gotta take breaks.
But so my mom said,
What?
Last night? She was like, she's crazy. She said that she was watching TV. She's like, tell them I seen something that's like a Viagra for $2 they got on sale. I said, you trying to have her out here laid out in the parking lot somewhere?
Viagra for $2.
She said but she said it was like sex enhancement drugs or something. It was like $2. It was like a sale or something she saw it on TV. I said, girl, what is somebody gonna do with that?
I can't trust.
I had somebody have a heart attack.
$2 Viagra. I can't trust that.
Yeah, she said $2. I said, $2. I said, girl, where they do that?
$2.
I said, somebody be on the floor.
Where she see that?
She saw it on TV.
On TV.
Mm-hmm.
Tell her to send me the website so I can research it.
We done had you out here, just somebody stroked out.
Gotta research it.
Off of that.
But so I was saying like tips, whatever. Mm-hmm. And so my tips is how I prolong it, right?
My tips.
You gotta take breaks, right?
Take breaks.
And so when you with your partner, right? See, if you man and you ain't married, you single, and you jumping around from woman to woman, this might not work with you because that woman gonna have expectations from you off the rip, and you can't be doing a whole lot of stopping. That might mess up your game. But when you're married and you're doing what you're supposed to do under the right umbrella of God and the Holy Union, and you've been with your partner and you done had sex 12,495 times,
you building this
y'all have
real quick.
y'all have understanding. So what you got to do is, you do your little thing. You can't go too fast. You go too fast like the rabbit, you're gonna shoot off quick. Mm-hmm. So you got to kind of pace yourself.
Sometimes you go slow, you can shoot off real quick.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
But you go rabbit, you can go super quick. You got to slow roll that bad boy. Got to slow roll it. And then when you get to the point where you're about to go, you got to say, up. You got to stop yourself. If she's on top, you got to put them vice. You got to hold her. Got to hold her waist. Don't let her move. Y'all got to be still about 10 seconds. And she understands, hey, it's like 10, 15 second rule. Just be easy. Because what you're doing is you're letting it subside. You're letting it subside.
Uh-huh.
It's almost like when a woman does her Kegels, right? Mm-hmm. And a woman, she flexes those muscles. Mm-hmm. That makes the vagina stronger, right? Mm-hmm. And makes it tighter. So in a man, that's our way of doing Kegels. Oh. You wait, and then once it subsides, you go back again. Mm-hmm. That give you like another 3 or 4 minutes. So
really?
Yeah.
That little 10 seconds.
That 10 seconds to give you about 3 or 4 minutes, but you got to keep going slow. You can't go fast.
Oh, okay.
And so then you go, in 3 or 4 minutes, and then it's about to happen again.
You gotta hold on again.
Gotta hold on. Another 10, 15 seconds. Get your bearings together. You gotta squeeze. Sometimes you gotta squeeze your butt cheeks a little bit so it won't come out. Whew. Then you go back in there. Probably if you do that about 2 or 3 times,
you can't even hold on.
You can't hold it no more, but it's gonna be the best orgasm that you ever had because you let it build up. You let that pressure build up, and there you have it. So that's one tip to getting it good.
To make it last longer.
Make it last longer.
Uh-huh.
I probably shouldn't say my second tip.
Don't say it. Don't give everybody tips.
Don't give them tips.
I'm getting too much.
All right. She said don't give you guys too much.
Too much.
But I'm trying to help my fellas out. I gotta give it because I got my fellas on. I gotta say it.
Your fellas on? Okay, yeah. Go ahead.
It's light work. It's something simple. Anybody can do it though. But see, as a man, what we do is it start feeling so good to us, right? And we be moaning or. But I try not to moan.
Lies. No, alive.
I try not to moan. I try to kind of be quiet, whatever. I hit it with a little bit of that. But what you got to do is you can't give her all the sounds. You got to hold back your sounds.
Oh, so that kind of helped.
You gotta hold back your sounds, and then cause I always tell, you in my spot now. You in my spot. She get in my spot. It's like it's sitting right in that little pocket. It's about to happen. But what you got to do is when it's not in the spot, when she's like on a different area, kind of moan a little bit there. So she'll keep going in that same spot.
But it ain't your spot.
It ain't your spot.
Yeah.
So that's gonna keep you going. Cause then as soon as she moves to that spot,
it's a wrap.
It's a wrap. So fellas, kind of moan when she ain't in the spot, so she can stay there. Cause you moan when she ain't in the spot, she thinks she's like, I got him. So she gonna stay right there. So let her just stay right there.
Well,
the whole time you building up. So that's just some tips. That's two good tips, man.
This dude right here.
So yeah, y'all give me some tips back when y'all get some. Right. Trying to help the culture.
Can I help him out a little bit?
All right, baby. So I done hit you with like 3 or 4 topics, man.
You did.
So,
you did. Oh, okay.
It's not a one-man show. So
well, let me.
If you don't have nothing, then we can do the cards.
Oh no, he didn't. I'm love here listening to you. And I done.
You messing stuff up.
And I done.
So how about talking?
So I done
in sex while you having sex. Do y'all like to talk while you have sex? Are y'all quiet sex people, or are y'all loud? Do you smack on the butt? Are you touching people, or how do y'all like? Y'all, hopefully y'all comfortable with talking about sex. Y'all might not even be comfortable talking about sex.
Some people aren't comfortable about
y'all
it.
Probably like, I wish you would move on and talk about another subject.
About something else.
But who doesn't love sex? We all love sex, man. That's how we got here.
That's right.
But yeah. If you don't have nothing, baby, just hit the land up.
You want to hit the cards?
Yep.
Want to do the cards?
Yep.
Okay. What happened? Okay, so we're gonna do the cards like we do at the end. It's called the Skin Deep, the long-term couples edition that we're gonna do. And I guess we're gonna keep it all. I know one of my I thank you for the feedback, guys, for the cards. I meant for the podcast. That's what for the cards. Thank you. We do appreciate it.
Yep.
Right, baby.
All right,
Okay,
G Money.
do it?
G Money just dipped out.
Okay.
What we doing? We're doing 2, right?
Yeah, we can do 2. Want to do 2 or 1?
Don't matter. We'll do 1.
Is it gonna cut us off, right? I think after a few minutes we get cut off.
IG goes for an hour.
Okay. I thought it was like 15 minutes or something weird like that. You know, we're not the verses, so like they be going let them go for like 2 hours. You want me to ask you first, or you ask me first?
I think you asked me first last time, so I'll ask you first this
Okay.
time.
Cool beans.
It says, what's the unexpected gift we've received from a mistake we've made? What's the unexpected gift we received from a mistake we made?
I don't really think we made any like bad mistakes. I would never say the word mistakes. I would always say like a lesson or a life lesson. I would never say like anything that we have done is a mistake.
Okay. So what's a lesson?
A gift? What's the unexpected gift
we received from a mistake?
Gift.
You say, what's the lesson we've received from a mistake we made? If you want to do lesson.
What's the lesson? I would say like for me, unexpected gift, of course, or a lesson. I would say like having children. I don't know if it's like if that's what a card is going to, but just because like with children, you have to learn how to be a parent. So it just changed the whole dynamic of your relationship. So like 1 minute you're just like, oh, okay, we having fun, we hanging out, we, whatever. And then it's like, boom, you're automatically parent. So I think it just kind of changes everything. So that's an unexpected thing that has happened, which is awesome, but it has changed the dynamic like tremendously of our relationship with being parents, I think. Do you think having children like brought us closer?
I think
Like,
we probably wouldn't be together if we didn't have kids.
If we didn't have kids, you think so too?
We probably would end up going our separate ways.
Yeah, because we was in some stuff whenever we before Abel.
Yeah.
Yep, we said it all the time before. You ready for this next one?
Yep.
If for some reason I lost my memory, what's the first thing you tell me about us?
The first thing I would say, back in the day, you used to go down on me every single night.
Lord, what is up with you today? No, you didn't.
Yep. I said, you love to do that more than anything in this world.
No, you didn't.
I said, I didn't even have to ask you. You would just go straight down.
Oh, no, you didn't.
That would be the first thing I say.
If I lost my memory, that'd be the first thing on your mind.
That'd be the first thing on my mind. Well, I guess I gotta tell you who I am first. I'm your husband.
Right. There's no random person out here.
Yeah, I gotta tell I'm your husband first.
Lord help us.
And then we'll figure out the rest after that.
Cool beans.
Yep. Cool. All right.
I love you.
Sure you do. Mm-hmm. All right. So we appreciate everybody for chiming in. We thank you guys for watching this episode. We did it a little different this time. We just kind of wanted to incorporate the people. So definitely I enjoy seeing the people come in and kind of make comments and stuff. We didn't get no questions.
No questions or comments. So
we
it's
got
still
comments,
good.
so it was still interaction.
Yes.
So we definitely appreciate. Oh my God, Black Golfer. I thought she was gone, man. You said you was gone, but he right back. But we hope you guys actually enjoyed this too. So, we're going to post this on our usual channels, YouTube and Facebook and everywhere else. So, we definitely appreciate it. And I guess we'll see you next time for episode number 25.
Oh, that's a milestone. Hey.
All right, guys.
All right. See y'all.
Keeping the Knot Tie Podcast. Peace.
Yes, peace.